Okay, so hello to our audience of Metal Zone Radio Show. We are at the Muscadeath Festival. This is the 23rd edition of the festival, day 2, and we've got the huge pleasure to be with one member from a band called DEMONICAL. So first of all, can you first introduce to our audience?
Hello everyone, I'm Martin, the bassist and founding member of DEMONICAL.
Can you tell us a little bit history of the genesis of the band, where you come from, etc.?
Yeah, I can hold this. The band started in 2006. And we have released 7 albums so far. 7 studio albums, a live album, some EPs and stuff. So yeah, I started the band in 2006. I was playing in another band before that called Centenex. And due to some issues within the band, I grew tired of Centenex, quit the band, and started DEMONICAL instead. And then I started Centenex again later on, but that's a different story.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So, tell me if I'm right, it's 11 years after your last visit to France. I remember the club in Paris 11 years ago. I don't know if you come back after that or not, before.
No, yeah, actually, I was just thinking about it earlier today. That when did we play in France last time? And that's right. I think it was in 2014 in Paris at the Le Club. We were on tour with Non-Slaughter. So, and before that, we played a couple of times. We like in 2011 and 12 or something. We played in France, but since this is the first time since 2014. But it's really great to be back, finally.
Yeah, we are happy to have you at the Muscadeath Festival and the people too. So, let's talk about your live album, Victorious Death, live in Latin America, released last year. Made for people, I read that and heard that, a lasting impression. What did this tour bring you, artistically speaking?
Yeah, 2 years ago we did a tour in Latin America. It was 10 shows in 10 different countries. So it was and we were there for like 2 weeks or something. So it was a really intense tour. So we decided to record. We recorded all the shows. We had like mobile recording equipment with us. So we recorded all the shows and then we put it together live album because I personally really like live albums and like all the classic great live albums from the late 80s or from the 80s. So yeah, we wanted to do a live album, and it was perfect to do it in Latin America. It's a bit exotic. Instead of doing it live in Germany, so it's better to do it live in Latin America. So yeah, it turned out really great.
Very cool. Your latest single, Wolverine Blues, is a cold cover from Entomb, okay, of course. Why did you choose this, and how did you reinterpret it in your own way? Because it's not always easy to reinterpret a song from another band.
Yeah, we recorded Wolverine Blues. From the beginning, it was like a bonus track on our last studio album. And I don't know, I don't really remember how it came up that we should do that one. We just wanted to record some bonus tracks for at the last studio session, and we did a couple of tracks, and Wolverine Blues was one of them. So yeah, it turned out great, and it's Entombed has been a great influence for us, and an important band, so it was quite natural to do that one.
Okay. Your actual lineup seems very solid for a moment. What's the dynamic like between you on stage and in the studio?
The lineup is now quite solid. We have changed the vocalist a couple of times now, but the latest one has been for a while. But the dynamics is I mean, when you are playing in a band and doing tours and shows, and it's important that it not only works like musically, it has to work like personally also. So, and as it seems now, like everyone is into the band and into the music and stuff. So, it works fine. But of course, you never know, because I mean, playing in a band on this level, you have to do some sacrifices with family and jobs and stuff. So you have to find that good balance that it works in the band and also with the personal life. And yeah, people change. I mean, and they have like demanding jobs and demanding families and stuff. So life changes. So, but yeah, right now it feels good. So we hope that it stays like this for a while, at least.
Okay. We hope so for you too, of course, for the band. How do you experience personally the evolution of extreme metal in the era of streaming and social media? Before, without, with it changed a lot of things for the band, I suppose. What is your opinion about that?
Well, I'm an old school guy, so I like the old school way of things, with bands signed to record labels, releasing albums, etc., etc. But of course, I understand that things changes, situation changes, and so you have to adapt the band to the current situation. Then you can have opinions about it, but on the other hand, if you want to keep the band going and also have some kind of like success or whatever, then you have to like adapt to the new way of doing it. So, but for us, I mean, it's important to both release like physical albums, but also be available on streaming platforms and stuff like that. So, but I think the biggest change is of course for the record labels. Record labels today, they have to adapt to the new media climate, so to speak. But for bands also, I mean. But yeah, so we try to keep like one foot in the old school style and then one foot in a bit of newer style.
I understand. Because I'm an old school guy too, so yeah, I can understand. But that's like that, the evolution. You've lived through several eras of death metal. What's your take on the current scene, especially the younger bands?
I don't really listen to any new death metal bands, so I only listen to because there are so many bands nowadays. So it's impossible to keep track on everything. So yeah, I prefer the old bands and the old albums from the late 80s, early 90s. So I don't really have any opinion about it. I don't listen to like any new death metal bands. I only listen to the old ones, and then I listen to a lot of like 80s hard rock and heavy metal and stuff. So but yeah. I'm sure there are some good bands nowadays also.
And you were talking about old bands. Do you remember the first band, hard rock metal bands that caught your ears when you were young? Maybe. Do you remember that or not?
Yeah, I remember. It was Kiss. I got the Creatures of the Night album. I think I got it not when it was released. I got it in like 85, I think, from my mother as a Christmas gift. And so that was like my first introduction. And then from there it went on like to Wasp and Twisted Sister, and then came the German thrash metal, and then Venom and Motorhead and Metallica and whatever. And then I went into death metal in the early 90s. So I was looking for like harder and harder stuff all the time.
This is more and more. Okay. So Kiss. Well, the first thing. If you had to choose one demonical song to introduce a newbie to death metal, which would it be?
I don't know. It's a hard one. Maybe something from like We Conquered the Throne from the last studio album. That's like a fast, in a way, quite typical demonical song, typical Swedish old school death metal song. So yeah, We Conquered the Throne.
Okay. Is there a memorable moment or unusual anecdote that you experienced while touring in France or in general? Do you remember one thing that come to your mind?
No, nothing really special. Of course, things happen when you are on tour, but it's a bit blurry to remember. Okay. But I enjoy being on tour. I enjoy being at home also, but it's nice to be on tour like once in a while, not a tour We have cut down on touring a little bit, so we only do maybe one proper tour a year, plus then festivals and stuff. Because you have to, you have to make it fit with your personal life and stuff. So, but it's great, and I like festivals, even if it's tough with all the traveling and stuff. But in general, festivals are great.
I suppose, I don't know, it's a question. Are you making a living of the band or not? I don't know.
No, we are not making a living.
Okay, so you've got a job upward. Okay. So, Demonical is in VALLET, France today at the Muscadeath Festival 23rd edition. What's next for the band after the festival? Did you host the shows, tours, festival maybe?
Yeah, we are playing in a festival in Turkey, in Istanbul, in 3 weeks. Okay. And then we are doing a small tour in Spain in November 3 shows in Spain. And then after that we have to concentrate on the new album. Then the next thing, I think live-wise, will be next summer. We will do some European festivals. But so we keep ourselves busy.
Busy. Yeah, really busy. Okay, thank you. So, thank you very much. This was Martin from Demonical at the Muscadeath Festival 23rd edition, day 2. Thank you very much. Wish you a lot of good things, of course, for you, for the band, for your family. Take care, have fun. Don't forget to laugh every day. It's important. Laughing, it's like a medication. So thank you very much for your time. Have fun. Thank you. Bye-bye.